Good morning. Thanks for tuning back into off-road stuff. So yeah, we went in, got cleaned up, had some supper, and just chilled out, relaxed a little bit last night, and here we are again. So thanks for tuning back in. This is part 2. Reba gets all jacked up. So if you guys can see right, well, that's not a good, let's get back over on this side. So we got our tires back on, sitting on the ground. Yeah, and you guys could probably tell there's a pretty good difference right there. And remember, so the back is the 2-inch that we put on a couple years ago, and then this is the 4-inch on the front. So yeah, I got to go through and just get everything tightened back up, all the control arm bolts and stuff, and then I'm going to try to get the old steering wheel a little bit lined up. And then I think we're gonna go ahead and jump on the rear, get that all done, and then if I have time today, we will do drive lines and possibly the extended brake lines. We'll just kind of have to see how today goes. Oh, and good news, cross fingers, knock on wood. I got an email last night saying that the long arm kit is processed, packaged, and ready to be shipped. So with any luck, believe it or not, Rough Country's been pretty on it. If I had any questions, I could reach out to him, talk to somebody, and they were able to get me some answers. So at any rate, with the last orders, from the time they were shipped to the time they got to my house was roughly 3 days. So today being Sunday, hopefully having them by Wednesday, Thursday. So that means that maybe this next weekend we're going to have part 3 or 4, depends on how today goes, and we'll get those long arms in there, and maybe we'll get a minute, we can go take this down the road and see how things work out. So stay tuned, and let's see what we can get done today. All right, so according to constructions, I believe it goes this way, and that's to help the spring with its, actually, I think these go up because that's where the spring sits inside these right here. But I think the thicker part goes to the back because that's supposed to help with the radius of or the rotation, whatever you want to call it. And then make sure that the little dimple in your insulator matches up. Okay. There we are. Oh, looks like we need to come down. All right, you guys got there. You guys are kind of in the way a little bit. Well, there we go. That should give us what we need. There. Whew. All right. So that's what it's supposed to look like, or at least to the best of my knowledge. So anyhow, we're gonna go ahead, basically reverse. Actually, I think while we're here, we're gonna go ahead and put. Sorry, I'm yelling into the mic. I didn't realize it was right there. I'm going to put the new track bar bracket on here and then put the shock in, because I think that's going to make things a little bit easier in the long run. So hold on. Go Okay, where's this one? Oh, I guess no. We're gonna use the aftermarket one. It does have a crush sleeve. Yeah. So you gotta put this guy in between, but down here in the bottom where the factory one was. There. Two of these 3/8 bolts. So where this arm comes down, there's two holes where the shock bracket is. Alright, I just found, there's one more. You can't really see it because it's dark, but there's a hole right here. We got to drill that and put a bolt in it. Alright, so remember how I was telling you all about reading the construction, so don't get ahead of yourself and don't have to do things twice, blah blah blah. Well, I just kind of took it for granted. I sifted through it and I was like, oh, copy paste, basically, blah blah blah. Remember I talked about these little shims, these that go back here under the springs? Well, I put this one in upside down. When I did the other side, I realized there's these two little raised notches right here, and there's a coinciding notch in the spring perch. So I need to take this one off and flip it over so that this little thing goes in here, and that just keeps it so it can't like rotate. But other than that, yeah, I got that done. Oh, I did kind of forget to. I got ahead of myself, and there is a specific bag with hardware for the sway bar, so I got to swap out one down here and then hook this up and then get the track bar back in. I think that's about it. Well, there she is. Definitely tell the difference. But let's grab the old tape measure and we're gonna see what kind of numbers we came up with. All right, so I believe we were 25 and a half, and we are showing 29 and a quarter. So, wow. I don't know. Have to go back and check. Maybe this is gonna settle. Let's try that. Yeah. Let's try it again. We're still gonna go 29 and a quarter. All right, let's go check the front. All right. Front is just shy of 24, so I'm gonna call that 24 because we're like right. Hold on. Oh, there was a rock under there. 24 inches on the front. Alright, well, I think that's a wrap for today. I just got to hook up the rear track bar and then try to get everything centered right to left in that regard. Maybe check the steering wheel, see where that is. And I might take her down the road just to see how things are. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the drive shafts today or not. But if I do, I'll hit the record button and you guys will catch that one on the next one. So don't forget, like, subscribe, share with your friends, ring the bell for notifications. More importantly, get out, get your hands dirty, have some fun, and take somebody wheeling, man. Get them out there, show them what they're missing and what we get to enjoy. So talk to you guys later. Thanks a lot.